All right, I don't know how to turn it around again. There we go. There we go. Oh my gosh, which one is the cake? Just kidding, guys. There we go. I just had to turn my chat on, just in case. All right. Hi, friends. Oh, hey. Thank you. You like the color? Cool. Makes me happy. So for this live stream, I don't have Dave reading off your comments like I did the last time. So let him know that you're going to miss him because he'll read it later. But I'm going to try to kind of peek over and look at comments if you have any. But basically, I'm leaving off where we left off a couple days ago. In a sense, I explained in the last one, I showed you how to get to the point where basically we had everything sculpted and the eggplant was painted. But now, as you can see, if you watch that one, it's a bit darker. So all I did was I went in and I darkened up the purple by adding purple and black. And then I also painted this stem to match this one. But really, this was all sculpted. I haven't even changed that at all. Just anything that looks different is literally just out of painting. So since I kind of have a gap there, in the video on Monday, I'll obviously explain how I got to this point since it wasn't in the live. But I figured since I'm trying something new, which is I'm messing with gelatin a little bit, I would do that on a live video because then you guys can either watch me fail or succeed. So that'll be fun. Oh, hi from Canada. Hi, Canada. Let's see. So here I have some gelatin that I made. So I have a tutorial on how to make the gelatin. All I did was heat some up that I already had. And what I want to do now is I want to make it look, because I'm like, well, this looks pretty good, but it's just slightly, it needs something. I feel like I could just make it a little bit more realistic. So I want to add water droplets as if this was just rinsed off. So it's just kind of like adding a little something fun to it. Plus, this is a little bit of shine to it, and the water droplets will be super shiny. So I think that those two different shines, levels of shine next to each other are going to look cool. And I'm obviously going to try my hardest to keep this nice and matte and with no shine. So I like when there's different levels of, I feel like there's a better way to describe that, but I'm going to call it different levels of shiny. So this guy, I'm going to actually rinse off real quick so I can see what the water droplets look like on it. So I'll be right back, friends. You can look at this guy while you wait. Ooh. Well, so I got a lot of water droplets happening here. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It's good because it'll look cool, but it's bad because that means I have to add all these droplets. I'm going to try my hardest to get quite a few on there. But this is a lot. So let's see what happens. So now I have my reference drops. Making a mess. I'm actually going to bring this one a little closer. There we go. So I usually use this syringe, which I like, but I don't have as much control over it. It's actually a little stuck right now. Boop. I don't have as much control over it as I would like, because sometimes when I push it out, like a tongue comes out. So I decided to use this little guy. It's like a little droplet deal. And I'm just literally, I've never actually placed the gelatin directly onto the cake. So instead of like placing it onto a nonstick mat, peeling it off and adding the droplets, I want to try to put the droplets directly onto the cake because that's going to save me a ton of time. What I'm hoping happens is that the droplets just rest on there nicely and they don't pick up any of the color that's under this, because that would be a bummer. Sometimes, you know, because the gelatin's liquid, it might soak up some of that color. I let it dry for about 20 minutes, so I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But here I go. Let me see if I can, let me try to zoom it in a little more. Get closer. Call it zooming in. Thank you, Monica. Oh, that's the gelatin, that's not me, if you can hear that. So this gelatin, I might want to heat it up a little more, but let's see what it does. Ah, all right, good start. And I was wondering if the droplets were going to drip down too, or if they were going to stay put. So those are kind of similar in size. I want to try to add some that are larger and some that are smaller. I like this little dropper. This is nice. Look at me, I'm like, I don't want to mess it up too much. I'm a little shaky. There we go. That looks pretty cool. I wonder if I could even flick gelatin onto this to make little droplets. Ooh, look at this, impromptu. Try that actually. So these droplets are definitely working. This is thrilling for me. I like when stuff like this happens. It doesn't look like it's picking up the paint underneath, and I hope it doesn't as it sets. But now I'm gonna go in. This is the brush I use to add the texture to the bum, this little stem down here. So it's kind of a hard bristled brush, which is going to be good. So if I flick the gelatin on, I am hoping that the hard bristles will flick it, kind of spray it out, and it'll look like smaller bits without me having to drop every little bit of gelatin on there. So let's see. Here we go. Nope, nothing. I'm going to try to heat up the gelatin a little more. See? I thought that would work. It didn't. So reheating the gelatin, you just put it in the microwave for like a few seconds. If you go any longer than that, it'll get really hot. It's unnecessarily hot. So this is already very liquidy after, I think it was like 8 seconds. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna try to flick it again. Yeah, it worked a little. Super small amount though. I want right in the middle of that. Whoops. I don't know if I can, if I get real close, I don't know if this will fix it, but you can see tiny, tiny droplets. So it sort of worked. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to. I'm probably gonna end up having to drop on all of these little bits with the dropper. Or I could try a different brush. Let's give it a big one. All right, well, I'm just gonna kind of go crazy and add them everywhere. So see how, you know what I'm doing right here? This is the thing that I always say not to do. I'm getting them like almost in a pattern, and like naturally I want to fill in spaces that look empty, but sometimes you just want to add areas that where the drops are really close to each other and really far away, and that's more realistic. So if I'm looking at this, I can see that there's a cluster and then like empty spaces. So if you end up doing them like in a pattern, which I feel like at least I naturally want to do, I have to force myself to not do that because it just doesn't look as real. So I'm gonna add a couple next to each other over here and then try to, oh, there's a big one. So I don't know if I want it to drip like that. That doesn't really look like natural water to me. Let's see. And mess with it a little bit. Well, I do have to admit, at least this is a lot easier than me trying to put these on a non-stick mat and then place them on. That would be such a pain. Guess what day it is? What day is it? It does look cooler. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Samantha. That's awesome. Do you have cake? I would give you this eggplant if I could ship it. And if I was allowed to, if I was allowed, no, I guess we can hand it over to people, but this seems to be working. This is fun. Whoop. What kind of cake did you have? Or do you have? It's starting to dry up a little, which is kind of nice because as it starts to set, I can mess with the droplets a little bit and move them around a little bit if I don't want them to be too drippy. See, I don't know how I feel about this one. This one, what do you guys think? Does that look like actual water? I feel like it looks more gooey. This one's already drying up a little bit. I have to re-wet it. Well, I do like this effect, and I think it makes it look more fun. Give it a little something. Yeah, it does look more gooey, doesn't it? Let's see. With the, oh yeah, so that's a good question. Like, what's gonna happen if I try to take this off? Now, this might be a case like, because I don't want it to look gooey. I want it to look like water droplets. So if I do try to take that off, it might pick up the color underneath, and it probably will. So I'm gonna like go for it. I'm gonna see what happens. Let's see. Ooh, it didn't. Seems to be whole. Ooh. I think if I touch it too much, it will. I do this, make mistakes all the time. I guess that's a mistake. It's trying something and not liking it. That's not too bad. That's not too bad of a mistake, I guess, or a fix. So I'm gonna like mess with it a little bit. I don't mind the droplet here. I think I'm all right with that. Maybe move this one up a little. So I lucked out that it's actually shiny anyway already. Ooh. Yeah, I think it looks better. It's better with the drops. See, I do that too. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I have this great idea. I'm gonna make this drip and see how it works. And then the drip doesn't look that good and I have to go back and change it because you don't know until you try it, I guess. Oh, tell Reagan I said hi. You guys watch our videos. That's good because I love when you guys let us know if you like our videos or when you do, because then that makes us want to make more videos. If you guys don't care about them, then, you know, I'll find something else. There's got to be something else I could do that's productive. So I'm happy to hear you guys like the videos. Dave too, because Dave does all the editing and whatnot, and that's a lot of work. Setting a little bit too much. All right, let's add a few on this side too. Keep it random. Whoop, not good. See how it dripped? Let's get that off. We don't want the drip anymore. We've decided that doesn't look as good. Now it is a little shiny, but I don't really mind it. I think it's okay that there's that little bit of shine underneath. Ah, you're close. It'd be awesome to have you in a class. I have a Baby Yoda class coming up, and I love doing classes that make it sweet, which is nice. It's in Austin, so it's like, it's close to me, so I can kind of randomly have them. I don't have to travel or anything. So I love doing classes there. Plus the people there are awesome. All right, so this is a little messy. I'm gonna try to add to a few droplets to cover it up. Doop. There we go. It's like it was never there. I have not done a tiger cake, but I should. I would love to do that. Tigers are pretty. So I don't want to do too many. I guess, I mean, there's a lot here already. So if I overdo it, it's going to look not real. It's going to look a little unnatural. Maybe just a few more on the belly. See if I can get them on there. Uh-oh, don't want that. So I think that's another thing to consider, like next time I do this, if I'll pay attention to the consistency of the gelatin. So if I let it set a little longer and it's a little bit thicker, I think it's a little easier to keep them from dripping. Like that seems to be the effect that looks the most realistic. I like when they're just like little drops rather than a dripping drop. Dripping drop. There we go. Oops. I love gelatin. I love adding shiny stuff. Let me see. Drops on drops. All right, not bad. I'm into it. I like it. Good stuff. All right, so this one's already starting to, well, this one's not as wet as it was. But I like the effect. I think it looks pretty cool. I'll probably mess with it a little bit more, but that's pretty much it. And I'm also gonna cut it and do all that fun stuff, but I'm gonna do that off camera. You guys can see it on Monday when I post the tutorial. I'm gonna give more tips and stuff on how, you know, how to complete this fully, you know, like I usually do. So if you guys have anything that you want me to mention in the video, let me know. Because I like answering your questions. I want to talk about what you want me to talk about. Thank you. I like it too. Pretty good. I could probably honestly spend like another like 8 hours on this because I like always want to make it super perfect, but I'm gonna leave this one. It's time to cut. All right, guys, so this is a shorter one. I didn't want it to be too long. I just wanted to mess with the drops, with the gelatin drops to see if it looked good, and I'm into it. Woo! Oh, you know what? A toothbrush might work better. The only thing I have a problem with is I don't have a toothbrush I could use at the moment. But I wish I had one. We have one unused toothbrush, but that's going to Dave, so I'll have to go to the store and grab one. Because, yeah, a toothbrush has such a hard bristle. So that'd be perfect. I wonder if that would work. It's definitely going to be a harder bristle than this brush that I have. All right. So have a good day, everyone. We're going to keep doing live videos. Probably do one next week, whatever cake is next. So I don't know what I want to do. I was talking strawberries, but we were also thinking of a few other options. If you guys have any recommendations, let me know. What do you want to see? I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Maybe.